You care about this business more than anyone on your team. You're the first in and the last one out. You think about it on the weekends, and sometimes you look around and wonder if anyone else cares at all. I'm Jacqueline Jensen, a professional EOS implementer here in Georgia, and I want to tell you something that might be hard to hear. Your team's lack of ownership is not a motivation problem. It's a clarity problem, and it's fixable. Let me validate the feeling first. You started or built this business. You have equity, personal investment, and legacy on the line. Of course you care more than your employees who punch in and out. That's normal. But here's where leaders go wrong. They interpret the gap in caring as a personal problem. I need to find someone who cares as much as I do. So they hire, hope, get disappointed, and repeat the cycle, all while the real problem goes unaddressed. The real problem is this. Your team does not know specifically what they own, what success looks like, or how their work connects to the bigger picture. And when people don't know these three things, they can't take ownership. They can only take direction. Ownership requires context. It requires clarity. And it requires a structure that gives people the authority to actually own something. Here are the three things that kill ownership on a team. First, vague expectations. Do a great job is not an expectation. Close 12 new accounts this quarter is an expectation. When people don't know specifically what they're responsible for, they default to doing what they're told and nothing more. Because doing more than expected opens them up to criticism, and nobody wants that. Second, no visible connection to results. If your team can't see whether they're winning or losing, they stop trying to win. They show up, do tasks, and go home. They're not disengaged because they don't care. They're disengaged because the feedback loop is broken. Third, a culture where the owner fixes everything. If every time something goes wrong, you swoop in and solve it, you're training your team to let you solve it. Why own the problem when the boss will handle it? You've accidentally made yourself the safety net, and your team has learned how to rely on it. This is where EOS delivers. 3 specific tools create the condition for ownership. First, the accountability chart. When you define who owns each function of the business and what winning looks like in each seat, ownership becomes possible. People can't own what isn't clearly theirs. The accountability chart puts a name on every major responsibility, and with that clarity comes genuine accountability. Second, the scorecard. The scorecard is a set of 5 to 15 weekly numbers that every leader tracks and reports on. Each person owns 1 or 2 measurables. When those numbers are reviewed weekly in the level 10 meeting, something powerful happens. People start to care about their numbers because those numbers represent them. They begin to take ownership of outcomes, not just activities. I worked with a recruiting company in Atlanta where the team was talented but disengaged. Nobody was tracking results. Everyone was busy, but nobody knew if busy was producing anything. We built a scorecard. We gave each team member a measurable to own, and within 60 days, the energy shifted. People started bringing solutions to their numbers. They started asking what could they do differently. The owner told me, I finally feel like my team is invested. Third, rocks. Every quarter, each person on the leadership team sets 3 to 7 personal rocks. These are the priorities that matter most for the next 90 days. When people set their own rocks, they have skin in the game. They choose the priority. They own the outcome. In the weekly level 10 meeting, they report on track or off track. This simple act of self-reporting creates a level of ownership that no amount of motivation can manufacture. Here's what ties it all together. When people know what they own, can see whether they're winning, and have a consistent rhythm to report and problem solve, something shifts in your culture. People stop waiting to be told what to do. They start acting like owners because the system treats them like owners. Quick question. Which of these three is missing most in your business right now? Clear roles, visible results, or personal rocks? Drop it in the comments. I read everyone. The goal is not a team that cares as much as you do. They probably won't, realistically. The goal is a team that owns their lane completely, executes with discipline, and brings solutions instead of problems. EOS gives you the framework to build that. Your team's lack of ownership is not a reflection of their character. It is a reflection of the clarity and the structure you've given them. Give people something specific to own. Show them whether they're winning. Create a rhythm where they report results and solve problems, and watch the culture shift. I'm Jacqueline Jensen, and I help Georgia business owners build teams that execute and take ownership. If you're ready to stop carrying your business alone, book a free 90-minute meeting. Hit subscribe, drop a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.